All right, welcome race fans. Tonight we're at Watkins Glen here with IWCR in the Gen 6 series, and I've got a couple of guys in the booth with me here, Rick Springer, Robert Riley. Welcome both of you guys. Rick, how you doing tonight?
Good. What about you, Rudy?
I'm doing good, ready to get this road course race underway. A lot of racers have been racing this week, and it's been pretty exciting. Robert, how you
Definitely
making
been
out?
exciting.
How you making out, Robert?
Yeah, I'm just checking everybody out on the track, Rudy, up here in the Finger Lakes region of New York. Beautiful country up here, and looks like a nice day for racing.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we talked about trying to get somebody up here to the booth. Let's see if we can get Nathan. I'm going to drag him up here, and we'll talk to Nathan. Nathan Sedlick, you got a copy? Nathan Sedlick, do you have a copy? And he's not answering. All right. Well, let's try another one.
Calvin Troy. Sound good?
Joe Roberts, you got a copy?
I got you.
Oh, I was thinking nobody from Raw Power Motorsports was going to answer tonight. What is the plan here for tonight? Road course ready to be taken on here by the Gen 6s. Man, how does your car feel out there on the track tonight?
I think we've got a good set. I think it's pretty neutral overall. I'm pretty happy with the set. It squats well in the corners. It launches pretty well, and I think it's pretty consistent over a long green flag run.
50 laps, going to be grueling here, right and left-hand turns. How does the car feel in the bus stop? I mean, that's kind of the crucial point of the track, the bus stop and beyond.
Yeah, the car is actually very, very good there. I'm really thrilled with the way the car handles under braking and the bias and everything that we have with this set. The area that this car is probably the sketchiest on is the S's coming up, that change of elevation. You have to be really on your game because during that last S turn, I shift the fourth gear, and you just have to be really on your game to make sure that you don't spin the tires.
Very good. Robert, you got anything for Joe here before we wish him luck?
When you're looking at pit stops there, Jay?
It's a secret. So we're gonna be doing something here. It's we've had interesting pit strategies in other previous road courses that we've done on here. There's going to be some people divvying up things in equal thirds or equal halves and stuff like that. So we've got our own game plan.
Right on, brother. Well, good luck in tonight's race.
Thanks, bud.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention, Joe, we do know about the competition caution on lap 10. So, yeah. So I think I know what you were talking about. So I'll just keep that a secret too.
Yeah, there's a lot of debate out there on how this is going to work. I think the car can go roughly 26 laps under green. And if you think about it, after the that stop, we're going to be going green probably on lap 13 again. So you're going to have about 37 laps of green flag after that, unless we have a really nasty caution that does a full course caution. So it's figure it out on your own. What's 38 divided by 2, and that's 19. So just think about it.
There you go. All right. Well, good luck tonight, Joe.
Thanks, man.
Wow, one-stop race tonight, Rudy, and that's what I'm saying.
Well, the competition caution will be one, and then then there'll be one after that. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Technically one stop, but the competition caution, everybody will come in, and I'm sure take 4 fresh tires and a full load of fuel. But I think there's going to be. I know what strategy he's talking about. And I've seen it used, and it is a pretty amazing strategy. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Well, it's definitely going to be interesting, and I'm sure the admins will follow that full course caution as needed here. when we're at a road course, we're technically under local cautions, but if it's bad enough, they'll throw the big yellow flag.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be looking for something maybe. Let's see. I'm trying to do too many things here at once. We'll be looking for something that that could it would be like maybe in turn 1 or turn 2 that could maybe possibly throw a full blown caution. Going into turn 1, that's usually where they always get wadded up. Everybody tries to drive it in there and drive it in. Some try to drive it in deep. Some try to drive it too hard and maybe spin out. So that we'll have to watch 1 and 2 for sure.
It's most definitely always a factor. Oh, they're breaking down there in turn 1 now, but either way, the tires are going to play a big factor after that initial caution.
Right. Oh, definitely, yeah. And you're probably going to see some people maybe they may come in and maybe just top off the fuel and maybe not take new tires, or you may see some. I don't think we'll see anybody come in to take 2, but even though we know the track position is important, that's going to be the key here, track position. So, all right, we'll be right back, and we're going to play our national anthem. We'll be right back, guys.
Guys. And now, the most famous words in motorsports. Gentlemen, start your engine!
Okay, guys, we're back. With people chatting it up like crazy in there.
Yeah, Eric Lambert, I'm giving him a what for, and it's funny.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm not sure where the trucks are at tomorrow night, but all right, John Batista taking the pole here early on. I'm sure that won't last, but 1 minute 12 seconds. I'm sure there's going to be guys out there that are going to beat that. Yeah, Charlotte.
Hey, Rudy, yeah. Sorry, I know you're broadcasting. Just real quick, I want to let you know the competition caution comes out on lap 10. So.
Yep. I got the email.
In case you didn't know. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure you knew it for the broadcast. Thanks. Bye.
Joe Roberts coming in second, 65 1,000ths of a second. Man, that's close. Sedlick in third.
No, they're in Charlotte tomorrow night, Rudy. So I guess I'll bring the MaxSpeedTV 2 truck out to see if I can run up front tomorrow night. I got a pretty good set there, so I guess I'll go and try my luck there tomorrow night at Charlotte.
Roger that, man. That'll be good racing.
It's always fun at Charlotte.
Yeah, I always say it. Not to repeat myself, but we always that's all of us have cut our teeth on that track. Starting at the rookie seasons. When we first started iRacing, and so all of us have a lot of experience at that track. So it's and it shows in the driving too. Everybody's had many things: the street stocks, trucks, B cars, the A cars. I can remember we had an A race there one time. Oh my God, it was amazing. It was one of the best A class races I ever seen. It was 100 and what was that? Oh, I'm thinking it was like 200 laps. 200 laps at Charlotte with the A cars. Oh my God, it was amazing. Yeah, that was a long time ago, but we all had some awesome setups too. Actually, I'll tell you, the guy that won it actually had a pro setup. He admitted it afterwards. He said, "Yeah, it's a pro setup. I got it off of one of my pro friends," but he didn't dominate. I mean, he went out there, he won the race, but he didn't dominate the race. He was up there and led quite a few laps, but he didn't lead the most laps. But he was there at the end, and that's what it took. And he brought it into victory lane. So, but it's always fun at Charlotte.
That's probably one of my favorite tracks is the race at Charlotte.
And I think my favorite's Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I like Charlotte, don't get me wrong, but I like Atlanta and Vegas.
I don't care too much about Vegas. I like Atlanta. All the mile-and-a-half tracks, with the exception of like Michigan, the 2-mile track there. I mean, it's fast, but it's loose. But your tracks like Phoenix, I don't care for it. Don't care for Vegas, like I said. And Kansas is all right. If you can get hooked up on that high line, it's a good track to go with.
Well, we're just probably a couple of minutes away from qualifying being over. How much more time we got?
About 3 minutes.
Travis Townsend coming in on the pole. Man, nice.
Just a little bit of information. Those who don't know, at Watkins Glen, this is the Cup configuration. It's 2.43 miles. It has 8 turns. People call it different turns, they have different numbers for it. But we're under partly cloudy skies, 78 degrees, track temperature 104, and we got a wind out of the north at 2 miles an hour. Pace speed is 60 miles an hour, and pit road speed is 45, and that's a long pit road, Rudy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's a grueling time when you got to come down that pit road. But we will be seeing it on lap 10. They'll be throwing a competition caution and get all these guys. Some of the guys will come down pit road, some may not. I have seen both, but I think it would be advantageous, and that word almost hurt my brain trying to get that one out. for the guys to come down on that competition caution, because if you get somebody out there that's got them 4 fresh tires after 10, fast laps out there, it's going to make a big difference on their tires. Sure, it may take a lap to get the heat built up in them, or 2, but after that they'll just eat you up.
Yeah, and 4 tires may be the way to go, but track position is definitely going to be key. I think we have around 30 cars maybe here, and if you have those 4 tires, it's great, but it's great if you're just by yourself in a big pack of cars. I don't think tires are going to matter that much as to if you're going to spin out or not. I think that's more the tire aspect. I don't think you're going to be any faster, especially with a big pack of cars here. And like you said earlier in practice, turn 1 is going to be the hardest corner for these guys in a pack. You're going to see a lot of hard braking. You're going to see some people maybe get spun out going into the corner because, the person in front of you is going to brake. You're not going to brake as hard. You might hit them. So it's just going to be really kind of on edge going through turn 1 and then through the bus stop and maybe the carousel.
And if you don't realize how hard these guys are on the brakes, look for that brake glow inside the wheel. As they come into turn 1, you'll see the brakes glowing. That's how hard they're on the brakes. So just kind of watch for that. Then you'll know just how hard them guys are on the brakes. Okay, guys. That's it. Yeah. Boy, big field tonight.
It's like Travis Thompson's going to be our pole sitter, and Justin Warner's going to be on the outside of him.
All right. Travis Townsend with a 1 minute, 11.655 seconds. Congratulations to him. Justin Warner, 2nd. Jordan Davis Flint in 3rd. John Batista, 4th. Thomas Keene in 5th. Joe Roberts, 6th. Galen Gidman, 7th. Daniel Smallwood, 8th. Sean Medling, 9th. Nathan Sedlick, 10th. Robert?
Let's see. We got Calvin Troy starting in the 11th position. Zachary Miller, Jeremy Bazemore, Kevin Spaulding. Rolling off 15th would be Scott Hunsinger. 16th would be Thomas Brandoner. And Tony DeGennaro will roll off 17th. Nick Hunt in 18th. Evan Schroeder in the 19th position. Jeffrey Porter is going to roll off into 20th position.
Go ahead, Rick. Rick?
Oh, sorry, Rudy. And in the, I think, 20th position will be Steve Parson. In 21st position, it will be Mike Vining. 22nd will be...
23rd.
Paul. Up 23rd will be Paul. And we'll skip over here to 24th will be Mark Robertson. And 25th will be Tom. 26th will be Randall Drake. 27th, Joshua Witherspoon. 28th will be
Sean Powell.
And rounding out the field in 31st will be James Lehman.
Okay. They should be getting the command to get going here any second now. There they go. Damn. Big field. This is awesome. I love big fields.
We're definitely going to see what it's about here in a minute. See if they're going to get down to business and how many's going to wad up in the first turn, Rudy.
Yes, sir. And we don't want to see that, but it's inevitable, you know.
Well, everybody's got to give and take getting into that first turn, and then they got to go through the S's and climbing that hill to get that long little stretch there to the inner loop, or bus stop as most everybody calls it, and then out of the inner loop, through the carousel, and then the fastest part on the track at the backstretch.
Yeah, and I think most of the passes we're going to see is going to be through the carousel. Some people are going to be overdriving it, think you can go. They're going to think you can go a tiny bit faster, but really you got to keep it right down there on that rumble strip through the carousel, and we're going to see a lot of people sliding up, a lot of passes made through there, and in my experience here, I've seen some 3 wide coming out of the carousel. Should be great racing, Rudy.
Well, it's all about you guys. I'm going to let you guys have at it, so do a good job. I'll try to keep up.
Okay, as we watched the pace car fixing to take to pit road, and we'll be under green flag racing here shortly. Travis Townsend on the pole, getting ready to put them all under green. And pace car's in, green flag, and we're up racing.
Looks like Travis got a really good jump off that restart. He's going to beat everybody down into turn 1. Up, and looks like we got some contact in the back, a couple cars sideways.
We got a bunch of cars wadded up there. Travis Townsend out front, leading John Warner and John Batista as they go through the inner loop or the bus stop. Townsend taking his time going through the carousel and onto the long straightaways. They're coming back toward the front stretch.
Yep, come back towards the front stretch they are, and like we said, turn 1, it's going to be really scary on the first lap, and it was. I think we saw 2 or 3 cars get sideways, and a couple of them go around. As you can see, coming out of turn 8 is Travis, and he's going to take, or going to lead the first lap here. So, like I said earlier, track position is key, and I think he's just going to just check out and just pull away from the field.
Pretty much everybody through the first 15 cars are single file. We're looking at the 49 of Calvin Troy. He gets into the 81. The 81 goes around, and a lot of carnage on the back there.
Indeed, and I'm looking more towards up the front with Thomas Keene. Sorry to take you off that, but a ton of damage on the front of his car. Aerodynamics really doesn't matter much here, but I think he might have to come in. The front of that car is really banged in.
Looking at Daniel Smallwood running into 7th position, the 88 Chevrolet. Daniel looks like he's just riding right at the moment, picking his places to pass one at a time. And as they come across the start-finish line again, back out front, Travis Townsend leading that 4-car breakaway, 5-car breakaway over John Warner and John Batista. Thomas Keene riding in the 4th position. Joe Roberts in the 5th position. Got to watch out for the that competition caution coming up here real soon in about 7 laps. We're going to see what kind of pit strategies plays out, Rick.
Yeah, the pit strategy, like I said, I don't think tires are going to mean that much with how many cars are out here. Track position is going to be key, and towards the back, it looks like people trying to make up positions. Galen Gibman, Daniel Smallwood, and Nathan Sedlick all in a 3-car battle here as they come out of turn 8 onto the front stretch. And a lot of passes also going to be made entering turn 1. Some people are going to, underbrake the corner and maybe just edge out their opponent going into turn 1.
Well, we're going to see how it plays out. I'm going to say tires are going to be key here, as well as track position. If you get new tennis shoes on, you're going to run a little bit faster than what the rest of them do. So, I mean, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we definitely are. And like I said, track position, tires probably will be a factor here, but still a ton of cars left. I don't think any cars actually came out of the race or expired from the race and those first lap incidents, and a lot of still close race, and the field hasn't fully stretched out yet.
Looking at the 99 car of Jeffrey Porter running into 14th position. He's got his hands full with Jeremy Bazemore and Evan Schrader there. Jeffrey Porter's trying to get by the 34 car Evan Schrader right now. Look for Jeffrey Porter to come to the front here. And he makes the pass on Schrader.
Yeah, and Jeffrey's been so good at the ovals. Haven't really seen his full potential on the road courses yet. This is the first road course race. Haven't really seen him, show out on these road courses, but he's definitely putting on a great show, and he's trying to track it to the front.
We have one car off into the grass there. No local caution there. Going back to the 20th position at Randall Drake. He's trying to hold off Jordan Davis Flint and Scott Hunsinger. And they make it through turn one there and up through the S's uphill and down a little short straightaway, one of the fastest spots on the track coming into the carousel.
Yeah, that is a really fast part of the track, and Travis had a little bit of an opponent for the lead there. I think it was Justin that went to go to the inside of him, but whoa, way loose off of turn 8. He just tracks it all the way down to the wall, and he's going to go back to third.
He's going to need to cool them tires down before he starts making any more moves. A lot of things that these guys will be doing is trying to manage them tires, because tires do play a big factor here in the road course race. I mean, this is a pretty abrasive track, so tire management and picking your spots to pass at is key to success here.
Yeah, it definitely is, and cooling your tires off and cooling your head. You got to keep a cool head here. You don't want to, try and get up to the front really fast in this race, and you don't want to stay at the back. You kind of want to keep it in neutral space. If you have to make a pass and you have the spot, then go ahead and make the pass. But I don't think making any aggressive moves in this race is going to get you anywhere.
The number 2 car, John Batista, he's trying to drive the wheels off of it. I've seen him get loose there off of turn 6, and as they come down the front straightaway again, he's really trying to get away from Justin Warner and trying to catch up to Travis Townsend.
Yep, and now we're going to go towards the 13th position with Jeffrey Porter. I said aerodynamics don't matter, but I think he might have taken it out of my hands. He has no front end on that car. Not sure what happened to him, but it's almost looking like a oval modified here.
Oh, and we got a big wreck right there.
Yeah, right behind Jeffrey Porter that happened.
And that was Jordan Davis Flint and looked like Jeremy Bazemore. Bazemore smoking, and he's on pit road.
Man, too bad. He had a really good qualifying time, and he was looking good out there in practice. He had a great car. He could have been up in maybe the top 10.
Well, the top 5 cars right now, Travis Townsend still leading, John Batista second, Justin Warner third, Thomas King riding fourth, and Joe Roberts sitting in the 5th position.
Yeah, Joe Roberts, he's been also doing good on these road course races. And like I said about Jeffrey Porter, haven't seen his full potential on the road course races yet. And he's, like I said, yet again, like I said with Jeffrey Porter, definitely showing out here today. And he's really showing everything that he has.
Looks like Evan Schrader is having a bit of a problem. Back out front, Travis Townsend fixing to put a car a lap down. And that's the 01 machine. Of James Lehman.
Yeah, and I think he just blew his motor right there in front of Townsend, so he's heading for pit road, guys.
Riding a smooth lap with Travis Townsend as they go start their way back through the S's here. One of the fastest parts on the track. You can really make up time here if you can get up that hill and get down that little short chute to the bus stop. And like I said, if you can make time up there, and that's a good passing zone, you can really make short use of the field pretty quick there.
Yeah, you can make up time, but you can also lose a ton of time. We talked to, I think it was Josh in the pre-race, and like you said, going up through there, you got to be really careful not to spin your tires. That is so key, because in these opening laps, I've seen a lot of guys get really sideways going through that part of the track.
Okay, we're coming to the competition caution side. I don't know if they're going to throw it at the beginning or at the end.
They said somewhere around lap 10. Not sure if it's maybe even lap 11. They just said around lap 10, and it looks like they're all coming to pit road. I wonder if they know that the competition caution is coming out.
This is the strategy that I was talking about.
There you go.
They pit one lap early. I didn't want to say this, okay, because not everybody does it, as if you notice. Pit one lap early. Now they'll go around, and the guys that stayed out will pit, and they'll be back at the back of the field, and these guys will be back up in the lead. So, you know, it comes down to track position. There you go. There's what we have.
Yeah, track position, and dang, I did not see that strategy even coming, so they definitely fooled me with that one. That's I've never seen that strategy been played here before, and I've done my fair share of road course races and never seen that strategy.
Yeah, they've done this actually for quite a while now. They've done this on some of the road courses where they throw the competition caution, and a lot of the guys that are on board with that strategy will stop one lap early, get their pits out of the way, and then the rest of the field will have to come down, and they'll be back at the back of the field. So,
yep, and talking about the competition caution, it just came out, so everybody's going to get right behind the pace car, and after the front, or some of the front runners now will pit, and a great strategy ran. Galen Gibbon was one of the guys that came in with that group, so he's going to be starting, I believe, somewhere up towards the front, maybe in the third position, but man, a great strategy being played by these guys, and you could just tell the as much strategy goes into these races, and it's not just going out there and turning laps. It's you have to have a right on point strategy to win these races also.
As the field comes around to catch the Ford Mustang pace car. As they get through the S's, and that's where our pace car's at.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what kind of. I think everybody's going to take 4 tires and pack the thing full of fuel. But what do you think on this pit stop, Robert?
Well, surely the ones that didn't pit, they should pit this time by, and I think it's going to be tires and a full tank of fuel.
Yeah, it probably will. And the interesting, I still can't get over that pit strategy. Very interesting to me. And as you can see, coming around the carousel, the field is. So the pits will be open this time. We're going to see who comes down pit road, and it ought to be interesting. Pit road is going to be packed full of cars.
I don't think you're going to see as many on pit road as you think you're going to see, because most of the field's already pitted.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that have damage that might need to come down. Josh, I think it was Jeffrey Porter, definitely going to come down pit road. Maybe even put some Bondo on the front of that car. There is no front end on that car.
Sean Medling, Jeffrey Porter on pit road with heavy front end damage. We go back to green. John Batista out-pitted Travis Townsend, and he'll be our leader coming back to the green flag.
Yeah, and it looks like everybody's just taking 4 tires here. Steven Pearson was not one of the ones that pit the lap before, so he had to come down pit road with this group. And there is quite a good amount of cars pitted in this time, but like you said, Rudy, not as many as I would have thought. But that strategy definitely played into the hand of those drivers.
Yeah, being there was 4 guys already sitting on pit road, you know, it was probably, I'd say maybe half and half. Half the field pitted there on lap caught up to the field now. So it really kind of, sure we got a change up in the lead, but it really kind of just took the field and switched them for a split second, and then they switched back. So you know, they're right where they were racing on lap 1. So it looks like we'll have about 1 more lap to go here before we unleash them to go back green.
I was just looking back through the field to see how many cars we still got in the race. We have lost a couple, but not as many as I anticipated on. Still got a pretty big field.
Yeah, it looks to be about 23 guys, 22 or 23
24.
guys. Yeah. About 3 guys dropped out. James Lehman, Jeremy Bazemore, and Paul Crumray all out of the race.
Lights are off for the Ford Mustang pace car. As we're going double file restart, get this thing back under green.
Yeah, and hopefully we don't see as much carnage as we did on the original restart. But I think everybody had learned their lesson, and they're going to try and back off the guy in front of them, give each other just a little bit more room to actually go down into turn 1 and not be 3 wide trying to enter.
Well, we're riding through the bus stop here. John Batista, he's going to take the outside, which is going to give him the advantage going into turn 1 from the pole. John beat Travis Townsend on that pit stop there at lap 9. We got Everybody forming up, trying to tighten the field up.
Yep, and looks like we're getting ready to go green here. Everybody's going to get tightened up, getting ready to come off of turn 8. John Batista will lead them down to the green flag as they're just staring at the back of that Ford Mustang pace car, ready for it to pull down the pits. Everybody, and it pulls in. They hit the loud pedal. The green flag is out as all these cars race down into turn 1. John Batista with a great start, and he will beat everybody down into turn 1.
John Batista taking it into turn 1. He's going to come off about a 3-car length lead over Travis Townsend as they go up through the S's. And that's a good climb uphill. You got to be really on your game and not spin the tires, as Joe Roberts said in the pre-race show. It looked like everybody got through there all right. And John Batista goes through the bus stop.
Yep, and it was a great restart and no contact, or at least that I saw. No one spinning their tires, a great restart. Everybody kind of kept it straight, and someone that we really haven't talked about is Calvin Troy. He's driving that number 49 machine, and he's been making positions slowly, you know, not just busting it right up there, but he's been making positions, and I'm looking for him to be up there towards the end of this race, maybe for a chance to win.
Seen Galen Gidman get really loose in the bus stop and spin it around and off into the kitty litter. It looks like he tried to get it going here again, and I'm not sure. I'm following along with him here for a minute, guys, so give me a second. But getting back up onto the track, he jumps it up onto the track and right into the side of Mark Robertson and spins it around again and into the guardrail. So Mark Robertson going to get some serious damage on that.
And I'm showing Galen Gidman towing the pit road right now. John Batista's off pace. No, he wasn't there. I just seen it dropping back through my screen there. I guess it was trying to catch up.
Yeah, John Batista is still out there leading the race and not quite pulling away. Travis is still staying right on his bumper, but just kind of keeping it neutral, and that's what you need to do here. You can't let the guy behind you catch you. But you can't just pull right away. You got to keep it neutral.
Calvin Troy was running good. He got spun into the fence, and he's on pit road towing.
A lot of good cars being taken out of this race, and it just goes to show that the oval and the road course, it's not just, you know, easy peasy on both. It really does take a toll on some of these drivers. Most of these drivers don't really have their practice on the road courses, and that's where some of these other drivers kind of come out here and really show what they're made of on these road courses, because everybody runs oval, but not many people can run the road courses on point like some of these front runners.
The number 6 car, 7th place runner, Joe Roberts, just put a move on his teammate coming down the front stretch. And Nathan Sedlick trying to get that position back. He's looking high. Sedlick with a little bit of front end damage on his car as they haul it off down, fixing to come back to the front stretch at turn 8.
Yeah, and they are bumper to bumper. And looks like we have 2 cars behind them that are bumper to bumper. That would be no, I'm sorry. I think it's Daniel Smallwood, maybe?
No, Sean Medlin and Jordan Davis Flint.
Well, as we go down the front stretch, Nathan Sedlick kind of lost it, and it looks like Calvin Troy came down pit road. Not sure what happened to him, but he's in the pits.
Looking at Daniel Smallwood trying to take over a position from Thomas King.
Brander.
Oh, Brander, yeah. I was ahead of myself there. I was looking. I seen him make the move. Smallwood up to 5th now.
Yeah, and Thomas Keene, as we'll actually go to him now, Looks like he's kind of catching Justin, not by a lot, but he's catching him. He does have a lot of front-end damage, but as I said in the pre-race, you know, aerodynamics really doesn't matter on these road courses.
Looking at some of these cars back, Sean Medley in ninth place. The 37 machine running there with Jordan Flint, Scott Hunsinger. This is a tight group battle right here.
Yeah, and it looks like, I believe the, let's see, was the 6 car of Joe Roberts made a move going down into turn 1, and that'll allow Nathan Sedlick by the 24 car of, I believe, is Thomas. Yeah, the 24 car of Thomas just got shoved to the outside, and both Nathan Sedlick and Joe Roberts just flew right by him.
They're setting up for the bus stop here, and we'll see what they can do in the carousel, see if there's going to be any passes made there. Sedlick looking at his teammate, Joe Roberts.
Yeah, I don't think he'll make a move on his teammate quite yet, just in case he accidentally does get into him. I don't think we'll see many bold moves this early in the race, but maybe later he will make that pass.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of bold moves, people sticking it out there, that's for sure. Daniel Smallwood coming under the clutches of Joe Roberts. He's about 3 car lengths ahead of Roberts right now. As they go off into turn 1, Smallwood slips up a little bit there, gets back into the gas, through the S's they go.
Yeah, through the S's they go, and nobody's spinning their tires that time. Looks like both of them clean through the S's, and as they come down this back straightaway, really fast part of the track into this into the bus stop, and what you want to do is you want to get right up on those curbs and almost kind of bounce the car through the corner. Maybe try and get a little bit loose just off the rumble strips, but looks like they stay dead even through the bus stop and into the carousel.
Well, let's stay with this battle right here as Joe Roberts is looking at Smallwood. It's the best thing going on the track right now, and I think within a lap he's going to be knocking at the door once again as he closes it up.
Yeah, Mark Robertson and Mike Vining towards the back of the field there for 15th and 16th, and Stephen Pearson also in 17th. They're just kind of a 3-car battle. They got really close there in the bus stop, and I actually think both of them might have gotten together going through the bus stop there.
Back out front, John Batista really stinking up the show right now as he's catching lap traffic, and he's got probably about a 6-car length lead over the second place machine of Travis Townsend, and followed by Justin Warner, Thomas King, and Daniel Smallwood.
Yeah, now I'm going to go towards the back a little bit. Jordan Davis Flint. Haven't really talked about him. He's right behind Nathan Sedlick and Thomas Brenner. And it looks like Thomas Brenner may be trying to make a move on Nathan Sedlick as they went through the carousel. Didn't have anything for him as they come into turn 7 here.
On the last lap, Sedlick got a little bit out of shape coming into the last turn, and you see him, he's out of shape again as they come to the front stretch. Let's see if he keeps it under control this time. Joe Roberts all over the back of Daniel Smallwood, and Joe Roberts is going around the 88 machine of Daniel Smallwood for position. Smallwood does the crossover move as they move up toward the S's.
Whoa, and a big curb hop by the 6 car, and he almost goes into the outside guardrail. That was a bold move. Tried to go back below Daniel Smallwood, ended up hitting the rumble strip, and now about to get passed by Nathan Sedlick coming into the bus stop.
That was very neat. Joe Roberts clearly had it made. Daniel did the crossover move back to him, had a good had a good run on him and maintained that fifth position. Sedlick's closing up on Joe Roberts.
That was awesome racing right there, guys.
Daniel Smallwood's got a little bit of glow going on in the front rotors of his brakes there. He's using them up pretty good there. When you see them glows in the brake hubs, it's telling you that they're wearing out the brakes.
Yeah, let's see if Joe Roberts tries to do anything in turn one this time. No, it looks like he's just going to stay behind him. Wasn't really close enough. Nathan Sedlick now on the back bumper as they come out of turn one. Going through the S's. Hopefully he doesn't spin his tires this time. This is a third gear corner, and then right up here at the top of the hill in the left S, you're going to shift right up to fourth, and that's when you really start to get kind of leery when you shift up into fourth coming onto this back straight.
Still no change out front. John Batista is leading Travis Townsend by almost 1.5 seconds, and then followed by Justin Warner and Thomas Keene. Daniel Smallwood rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, and Joe Roberts in 6th, and it looks like 7 is Nathan Sedlick. 8th, Thomas Brander. 9th will be Scheme. And 10th will be, I think that's Jordan Davis Flint.
And we see Daniel Smallwood heading to pit road. That opens the door from Nathan Sedlick. Joe Roberts lost 2 positions coming to turn 9, and he went off track and lost 2 positions. As Sedlick's going to try to get away from Thomas Brandner.
I think what might have happened is Daniel Smallwood was slowing up to go into the pits, and I don't think Joe Roberts knew that, and maybe he just tried to avoid him and went off into the grass.
It was a 2-tire change by Daniel Smallwood, guys.
Well, we're definitely going to have to see another pit stop. It just depends on when they take it. We're coming to lap 24.
Yeah, almost to the halfway mark, and right there after the bust off, Nathan Sedlick with a big slide, and he almost spun it, almost went into the guardrail, but saved it before he hit it.
I'd like to welcome all the fans watching MaxSpeedTV on YouTube. We got a pretty good crowd in there. I'm asking some of these fans, who do you think is going to win this tonight?
Ooh, I honestly don't know. It's going to be a good one.
As we're watching John Batista out front, just out for a Friday night cruise here.
Yeah, he's one of the newer drivers that came to run this road course race, and not sure if this is the only race that he's going to be doing, but definitely doing really well.
Well, just so you know, guys, he is actually a veteran here at IWCR. He just he kind of races a limited season. He took a season off last season, and I think he might have raced 1 or 2 races, and we haven't seen him in a full season this season yet, but hopefully he'll be back at IWCR here again.
Yep, and Jordan Davis Flint pulls it down pit road. Looks maybe, I don't know, but if he's anything kind of keeping with Daniel Smallwood, he might take 2 tires. Not sure. I'm looking for a 4-tire change, though.
Oh, I think I've seen Daniel Smallwood go back to pit road and he come back out.
Might have forgot to check. Might have forgot to tell his crew chief that he wanted 4 instead of 2.
Yeah, I'm showing Daniel Smallwood 1 lap down. He did go back to pit road.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. Looks like Jordan Davis Flynn is going to take 4 tires and pack that thing full of fuel, and he's going to come off of pit road.
buddy Tommy Lee trying to make jokes tonight. He didn't know that he was not a comedian.
Yeah. I was thinking that too. I was thinking that too.
As John Batista goes down into turn 1 and passing lap car.
Yeah, don't give up your day job there, Tommy Lee.
To surely become a comedian.
And as we just passed the halfway mark, lap 26, we're at the fully halfway mark, and I think they might need to make one more pit stop. Some of these guys haven't really seen them take their second pit stop of the race here.
Oh, we should be seeing that front crowd coming to pit road, I'd say between now and lap 35.
Yeah, and I think our estimated fuel window was, I think, 35 laps, so definitely not able to make it to the end of the race after the pit stop on lap 11. Some of the guys, or not a lap 11, a lap 10, and some of the guys actually pitted on lap 9 with that strategy you were talking about earlier, Rudy.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool strategy, and a lot of people don't realize it or think about it until it's over, and then they go, "Oh man, we just got kind of schnookered on that," because you know, they pitted that one lap early, and they really didn't lose any time. They didn't lose any time on the track because they'll come back around, catch up when the competition caution was thrown, and the whole field gets bunched up together. And those that did not pit on lap 9 have to come down pit road. So they kind of get schnookered on it.
Well, they looking back at the 6 machine of Joe Roberts, who is moved into 4th. You know, he's 10 seconds back, Rudy, and, you know, when them guys go to pit road, he's going to be right up there, and I think he can go the distance from there.
Well, that could be the strategy that he was talking about. I can't reveal it because I'm not I'm not going to do that. We got caught doing that one time. No, we actually did it by accident, Roger and I. And we kind of let the cat out of the bag, and those that were listening they heard what the strategy was because we kind of let it out, and it was like, oh no, that was really bad on our part. So I can't really say what the whole strategy is, but I know exactly what Joe's doing. You'll have to watch and see, folks. This is going to be interesting. If any of you are iRacers out there or race fans, you'll know here in a little bit what his plan was. You'll see it all in play.
It's definitely coming.
Yeah, and I'm looking towards the back. Nathan Sedlick just kind of driving out there by himself, maybe just going for a little bit of a cruise. Jordan Davis Flint, he's a lap down, so if Nathan Sedlick does pass him, that's not for position, as they both come out of turn 8 down the front straightaway.
Jordan's not a lap down. He's on the lead lap.
I was wondering where he was getting that one.
Yeah, he's in 9th place. Rick?
Yeah, I don't quite know where I got that one from. I was looking and must have just saw the one lap down from position behind him or something.
Okay.
And it looks like Travis is going to come down pit road. As you see, the some of the front runners starting to come down. Calvin Troy now making his trip down to pit road.
Well, here's where we're going to start to see the strategy play out. Got one off the track at the bus stop. John Batista is really stretching out that lead right now. Look to him to be coming to pit road real soon.
Yeah, and Travis just took 4 tires and he's off of pit road. I believe right now he is being shown in the, I think, 12th position.
6th. You're on the iRacing one. We're on the actual IRTVO one, which is live. So once he crosses the line, he'll be shown in sixth.
Leader to pit road, John Batista bringing it down to pit road right now.
Yeah, now it's going to be a race to see if he can get out in front of Travis. I don't think he can. Travis right now just going into turn 7, about to get to turn 8. I don't think he can get back out in front of him.
John overshot his pit, had to put it in reverse. He's taking left side tires right now. Right side 4 tires stop for John Batista.
Yeah, and it looks like Justin came down pit road right behind him, and he's going to take a 4 tire change, and he is off.
Okay, that puts Joe Roberts the leader of this race. When they come back around.
Yeah, and I think since we're at lap 30, I think lap 30, these guys are going to be good to make it to the end, so it's just going to be whoever played their strategy the best and who took their notes this week to see who wins this race.
I think you're still going to see Joe Roberts and Sean Medling have to come to pit road one more time.
They've got to come to pit road.
Here comes
and it's
Joe.
happening now.
Yep, Joe in and Sean Medling will be the leader. So Joe actually gave up that chance to lead a lap and capture that point for leading a lap. That gave it up to Sean Medling, so Sean leads that lap.
Yeah, and I think he might have just been a little bit low on fuel. That's why he didn't take the chance to lead that lap, because points with this close of a field and this many good drivers, points mean everything. So I think if he maybe he didn't have enough fuel or just didn't think about it, but if he might have just made a mistake there, but definitely if he had enough gas, should have taken the chance to lead a lap.
Didn't play out the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to, but because Travis Townsend has already made his second pit stop, so he should be good on fuel for the rest of this race. They got 20 laps to go right now, and I believe he should be good on fuel the rest of the race. So Batista's quite a ways behind him. So those two will be back up here battling before long. And Keene, look at Thomas Keene, not far behind them in third.
Yep, and Sean Metling just came down pit road for his final stop. Just going off of what I'm seeing, 4 tires and packed full of fuel is what we're going to see.
Yep, John Batista, he's driving his heart back out. I think he'll close up between now and the last 18 laps of this race. He probably can get to Travis Townsend.
Yeah, definitely so.
He's already closed it up right now. He's got 3 car lengths with a car in between them. Lap traffic going to yield for him, I guess.
Yeah, Thomas Keene just kind of staying in the shadows. He's in the 3rd position. He's he's fallen back a little bit, but I think he's keeping it just a tiny bit neutral in between him and the 2nd place car.
Here's where we can see if John Batista is going to make up any ground whatsoever on Travis Townsend. You can definitely tell that John Batista is doing a different breaking point than Travis Townsend.
Yeah, and it just goes to show how different people run these road courses. Some people are even in different gears through these corners. And the same with the setups. Everybody's running a different setup, different gear ratios, and I know from my experience that a gear ratio can mean a lot on road courses, going from either getting slow off of maybe a corner like the carousel to being really, rocket fast off.
and no closing up. Still about a 3-car length lead coming off of turn 9.
Yeah, and as they go down to the front straightaway, really fast part of the course and really heavy braking going down into turn 1. You see John Batista really hard on his brakes. You can see the brake rotors glowing, and it's such a hard braking corner that you really hope that the guys in the shop work their hearts out on your brakes to make sure that your brakes don't go out when you go into turn 1.
Guys, Zachary Miller's back out on the track. Well, he could be having some issues here because now he's kind of slow on the back stretch. Looks like he may have got collected into something else, or just staying out of the way, I guess. I don't know what's going on with Zachary Miller, but I think he's parking it.
Yeah, he just parked it. He's back on pit road.
It looks like Thomas Brenner has some technical issues. His car is off track now, and I don't think he'll be coming back to get a top 10 finish this week.
Several cars laps down. Evan Schrader, Joshua Witherspoon, Stephen Pearson, Mark Robinson, our Canadian brother from up north. Jeffrey Porter, tough night for him. Tom Soretto, 3 laps down. Kevin Spalding, 11 laps down. Back to the top 5. We got Travis Townsend, which John Batista's shortened that gap. He's now within a bumper. And let's watch it going through the bus stop, see if he can make the pass here.
Yeah, going through the bus stop, I don't think he'll get him quite this time, or he might going into the carousel. Has a big run, but can't do anything with it. And like I said, you got to be really careful not to just overdrive that carousel and just slide up, because even an inch of room can give that guy on the inside to just get right below you. And it looks like nope, he's not going to make a move going into turn 7 and down that long back straightaway into turn 7. Still the same gap as they come off that corner. Now going into turn 8, maybe going to make a move. Ooh, getting really close coming off of turn 8, but he's going to pull back down the front straightaway and make a move going into turn 1.
I think you're going to see that pass coming in the braking zone at the carousel if he can get a good run up through the S's here. We'll see John Batista backed off. He might be saving the tires to get another run as lap traffic's coming into play. He's got him a good run coming toward the bus stop.
Yeah, he does, and that's where he's been really strong in the bus stop. Been really good through here, and they have lap traffic in front of them, so it's going to make it even more difficult for Travis to kind of get around, but it doesn't look like he gets much of a run that time.
No, lap traffic slowed it up. The 22 machine, Scott Hunsinger, getting out of the way and letting the leaders go by.
Yep, he is.
Good battle up here up front. Thomas King about 4.5 seconds back from Batista. There's no room. Josh Warner all over the back of him. 11 seconds back would be Joe Roberts.
Yeah, and then right behind Joe Roberts will be Evan, and looks like he's actually... Oh, no, Evan is a lap down. I actually got it right that time. He is a lap down, and I believe the next car behind him is, is Sean.
Back out front, let's see what happens here with Travis Townsend, John Batista as they work their way through the bus stop one more time. Batista's all over the back of that Chevrolet Travis Townsend.
One thing I will have to say, I noticed if you watch them guys going through the bus stop right there, Travis went through it very smooth, did not catch him rumble strips and upset the traction, on that car, where John Batista caught all the rumble strips going through there, and that cost him a lot of time that time. really upsetting the traction. You know, the car was bouncing all over the place.
He gets a good run on him, Rudy, and that's where he's losing all of his time because of hitting them rumble strips. He's got to be a little bit more patient. I know he wants to get back out front again, and he might have a chance here as Townsend slides up into turn one as they come up through the S's one more time.
Yeah, coming up through the S is a very fast part of the track, and like I said, you can gain a lot of time, but you can also lose a lot of time through the S's, and as they power down the back straightaway, really hard braking zone coming into the bus stop. We've really seen John be very fast through here in too wide lap traffic. Not really going to do much, or maybe he's right on his back bumper as they go through the carousel.
Yeah, but everybody's trying to get out of the way. It's just a hard part of the track. And Batista's all over Townsend right now.
Yeah, all over him as they enter turn 7. And right here, it's a really hard part of the track, turn 7 and turn 8 coming onto the front stretch. One thing you want to do through turn 8 is get right up on that white rumble strip right next to the tire barriers. And that's where you can get the most run because that rumble strip, as surprising as it is, has a ton of grip there. So if you just catch on that the right way, you'll definitely get a run coming off of turn 8.
Well, got 12 to go here. Laps winding down here at Watkins Glen. Travis Townsend, our leader, followed by John Batista, Thomas Keene, Joe Roberts, and Jordan Davis round out the top 5.
Yeah, and the top 5 isn't really that close. The two leaders are, pretty close, and Thomas Keene and Joe Roberts probably a couple seconds split between them.
John Batista is driving the wheels off that car as they're coming to the front stretch one more time.
Just kind of makes you wonder if he's setting Travis up for a pass, if he's like testing him in certain areas to see where he's faster. Just kind of makes you wonder.
Yeah, they're just following along behind Jeffrey Porter there. I mean, Jeffrey ain't got a front end on that car. I mean, I know they can make it, but I'm thinking Travis Townsend's just waiting for the right spot to make a move on him to put Batista in a bind too.
Yeah, and it looks like he might make a move here through the bus stop.
He got sideways, John Batista did. He's just driving it too hard through the bus stop.
Yeah, and through the carousel again, didn't really get much of a run that time.
You can't get a run when you're sideways.
Well, guys, Batista has led 19 laps, and Travis Townsend right now coming to the line has led 17. So he's getting awful close to tying Batista with the most laps led. So I'm kind of anxious to see who's going to lead the most laps here tonight.
John got a good run off of turn 1 that time as they come up to S's, Rudy. And he's just really driving that car really hard, John Batista is. I think he's hit every rumble strip there was. But it looks like he's trying to set him up for a move here coming through the bus stop.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to make a move. Nothing really working for him that time, though.
We're in the short laps of this race, coming to 9 to go this time by. As Travis Townsend brings it out one more time, coming on the front stretch, he gets a good run off of that turn, gets the car out of shape a little bit. As they come down to turn one, looks like Batista's fell off a little bit. I don't know if he's wore out his tires or just not getting a good run on it.
Yeah, and Rudy, I think I might hand it off to you, having a little bit of technical difficulties here.
Tam 4, we got her, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, that's a pretty good battle going on right there, Robert. And I noticed Daniel Smallwood back on the lead lap. That was probably a good thing for him back in ninth place.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to find out what happened to Daniel there, caused him that extra trip to pit road.
I could have been maybe he had the, only 2 tires checked to change or something, and he wanted all 4, so he had to come back in and change the other side. Not sure exactly, but right behind him, Mark Robertson. Mark back in 16th place. Jeffrey Porter 17th. Tom Serrato 18th. Thomas Brander back out there in 19th. And last on the field right now, Kevin Spaulding. Good to see he made up a few positions by getting back out.
Yeah, he's knocked off a few of them since he come back on the track.
Yeah, he was tore up in that wreck going into turn 1 right at the beginning of the race. Boy, that was just totally upsetting right there.
We're getting down to 7 to go here next time by as the leaders work their way through the bus stop. Travis Townsend letting him, John Batista, get within striking distance and then just pulls away from him. I don't know if John's overdrove the car so much he's wore them tires down he can't get no good traction coming off the turn through.
Yeah, we'll see here. I mean, he seems to be hanging right there with Travis right now. I think they're both kind of on a even level right now with the tires. They both have been racing each other so hard that they both have wore out their tires. Now they've got to tough it out because they got 7 more laps to go.
Yeah, and this is about the only good battle left on the track here. Everybody else is way back in the field, so it's going to come down to these two. As Batista going up through the S's gets a little bit out of shape, gathers it back up. He can get to that bumper, he just can't set him up in a braking zone.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, with Travis. But if you're faster than Travis, he'll let you go. He won't fight you because he doesn't want to get taken out of the race, and that's the kind of the respect part of Travis that I really like is his style of racing. If you're faster, he will just let you go. He won't try to hold you up and make you work for that position. He'll let you go. And he knows right now he's led the most laps so far with 20, coming to 21 this time. We're going to get 6 to go as he's out of shape as well.
Big time out of shape, Rudy, getting into that turn, coming off of it, and that's going to cap. Oh, John Batista on the inside. About got into the wall on the front stretch, lost a lot of time to Travis that time, Rudy.
Yes, he did. He'll make it up, though. Yeah, really loose coming off of turn 8.
He tried to capitalize on that mistake, and boy, he did a fantastic job of saving it.
Keen back here, falling pretty bad. If he's not careful, though, he could fall into the clutches of Joe Roberts. Joe back about 5 seconds, 4.5 seconds behind him. Jordan Davis Flint not far behind Joe Roberts. Sean Medling in 6th. Justin Warner in 7th. I was looking here real quick. Justin started 2nd today, running back here in 7th, and he's got some damage on it. It looks like he just blew the motor on it going up through the S's. Justin Warner out of it.
Just a tough break for Justin Warner. He's ran hard all evening long. Did a good job You hate to see that when somebody's having a good race.
Yes, sir. His day is ended, and he looks like he's just going to get off of the track, get out of the way, let these guys race, and he knows he can't do anything. He's not going to make it to pit road. He's just going to come to a stop here in a safe place and probably exit, go back to pit. Batista still on the tail of Travis Townsend, now 0.3 of a second. And I'm telling you, these guys are driving hard right now.
Yes, they are. And Batista, he so wants to set Travis up, and he just can't get it done.
And he overdrove the bus stop that time, got off into the grass. And even though he did that, he still stayed right there within 0.4. He only lost 1/10 by doing that.
When them guys are driving the heart out, you see the cars getting loose on every turn. Their tires probably shot by now.
Oh,
and one is trying to outgun the other, and it's starting to show here. He who has the most tires at the end between them two will be the winner.
Yeah, who can muster it up to, let's see, we got 4 laps to go. That's 32 turns. We're clicking them off. That's right and left-hand turns. So right now, Travis has led 23 laps. If Batista could lead the rest of them, he could beat Travis for the most laps led. And I don't know, Batista, he's right there. I just don't know if he's got enough to get by Travis or if he's just teasing us right now.
Well, I think his issue is in the bus stop, Rudy. I mean, he just can't get through it as clean as Travis can. I mean, Travis is just staying off the rumble strips, and, you know, he gets his car to rotate better than Batista does through that portion of the track.
Yes, he does. They're both struggling off of turn 8 right now. They're really bad. Now they're going to be coming up on lap traffic again, going into turn 1. Got Tom Serrato there. Tom gets out of the way and lets both of them go by. That's good. Tom running back in 18th place. Several laps down. Got a lot of damage on the back of that car. He's either been into something or someone has been into him.
Here comes Batista. He's going to make a move. Oh, he couldn't get to the braking part, but he was all over the bumper of Travis that time. Great getting through the bus stop. Here it comes. Here it comes. If he can hold it. Oh, so close. These guys are driving their heart out, Rudy.
I know, and I don't want to leave these two because it's so good a racing up here. There's other drivers out there on the track that need camera time, but this race right here between them two has just been extremely good. Oh, Travis loose.
Yeah, we're gonna see something happen between now and the bus stop. I can assure you on that, as they're both got the tires really heated up. Batista's right there on Townsend.
Travis does clinch the most laps led here tonight, so even if Batista wins it, he still won't get the most laps led, but it's only the last lap that counts. Only lap that counts.
Yeah, that's the one both of them want to see. As we're coming down, we'll be getting the white flag here.
Now it's going to be interesting to see if Batista's got anything left for him or not. You know, this is going to be the interesting part. See if Travis has got enough to stay ahead of Batista, because Batista's just, I mean, they're equal players out there right now. They're just both on the same keel. The way I put it, they're on an even keel right now.
They're both turning the exact same lap time, so I mean, you can't get no more closer than that. All right, here we go.
White flag in the air. One more
Batista
lap.
drives up hard, staying right there on that bumper. This is where it's going to count from here on out.
I know if I was Batista, I wouldn't be satisfied with taking second, but I'll tell you what, he's deserved the win here today if he gets it.
Oh, here comes. So close. You just got to think if he gets to that bumper, what's going to happen?
Yeah, are we going to see a bumper tap or anything to move Travis out of the way by Batista? I don't think, because that's not Batista's style. But you just never know when you're coming to the checkered flag like this and he's driving it really hard. What's he going to do here in turn 8? Because this is going to distinguish who's going to be the winner. And it looks like Travis, they're going to come down the front stretch side by side. And Travis is going to beat Batista by about a car length. Wow, great finish.
What an awesome finish here.
Wow, that was amazing.
These guys drove their heart out there that last 10 laps there. I mean, but you got to wonder, I mean, if he could have got to the bumper, what would have happened?
Yes, sir. I'm going to go back here real quick and take a look at this last little bit here. This was coming off of turn 8, heading toward the front stretch. And boy, Batista pulled out like he had something for him, but just couldn't get the run. And Travis does bring it into victory lane. So congratulations to Travis. Well, we're going to have to get yes, sir. We're going to get these guys up here and talk to them. Travis Townsend, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Wow, what a race up front there, brother. I'm telling you what, you and Batista, I know you were mirror driving. You're not going to tell me you weren't, because you were.
Oh, yeah. If you would have told me with 15 to go I was going to win that, I would have told you there is no way.
I'll tell you what, Batista did a heck of a job staying right on your tail. Talk about them last, say, 15 laps.
Oh, it was intense. I've got sweat running down my face right now. I just, I can't thank him enough for driving that clean. It's rare that somebody who's faster than you is going to follow you for 15 laps. And he tried getting around me several times, and I wasn't going to block him real hard, but there were several times that I kind of cut his nose off a little bit getting down into the corner. What saved me, I could get up out of the corner okay and get good drive off, but from corner entry through the center, he was much, much faster than I was, and if he'd ever cleared me, he'd been gone.
He tried several times coming out of the bus stop to get by you, and he just didn't have the grip or the horsepower to do it. But he tried many times. So, well, anyhow, congratulations to you, Travis, on your win here tonight, man. I'll tell you what, you drove one heck of a race, you and John. That was one heck of a show. So, anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, first and foremost, John. I mean, that was a blast. I'm sure he's bummed out coming home second, but I mean, that's mad props and mad respect to somebody driving you that hard, that clean at Watkins Glen, out of all places, for that many laps. So appreciate that. It was a blast to drive. I also got to thank Tony DeGennaro. He helped with the setup a little bit. He threw me something at start of practice, and I kind of tweaked on it to my own liking. Still needed a little bit of work, especially on the long run, but overall it was a pretty solid setup. It was definitely something I could work with.
Well, you led the most laps here too tonight, so congratulations to you for that.
Thanks, Rudy.
All right, thanks, Travis. Robert, you got second place. John Batista.
John Batista, Robert, up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
John, tough race. We seen you lead 19 laps tonight. I mean, you drove your heart out there, and it looked like you were going to steal the show there for a little bit. Tell us about your race.
Well, the first part of the race was great for me. The setup was good, the car was good, and I'm sweating bad. Pit strategy is good. I got to thank Zach Miller for telling me that right before the race, but people's strategies were, so I kind of just followed Travis in there during the pit stops. So that got us in a good position, and he was just he had a really good drive coming out of the carousel or outer loop, whatever you want to call it. And with all the lap cars, it's really difficult to see good passing opportunities. And when you're right behind someone, you can't see braking points, curbs, or anything. It's quite difficult. But he ran a great race, and he raced me really clean, so I thank him for that.
Well, I noticed that you would go through the bus stop, you would get real hard on the rumble strips, and try to make that move coming out of the bus stop going into the carousel. Where there was a couple of times you got real close to them. Was it because you upset the car through the bus stop, or you just didn't have enough tire to get back to them?
Well, the last couple of laps when we were racing, I was really just driving as hard as I could through the bus stop, so I probably nailed that first curve that really upsets the car. So I drove through the grass a few times, but that was pretty much the only area where I could get a clear shot at him. So I thought about nudging him a few times out of the way, but I didn't want to risk wrecking him. That would have sucked because he didn't deserve that. He ran a great race, but I just couldn't do much coming out of the outer loop. No grip the whole race.
Well, we noticed a couple of times, and I told Rudy, I said, what if he gets to that bumper of that car? And my hat's off to you, respectful driving. Anybody you want to thank, John?
Well, I want to thank Zach Miller for really helping me this week with the setups. I have no idea what to do when it comes to setups. Especially at road courses, I don't even know where to start, but just a big thanks to Zach Miller, and same for the pit strategy he told me about earlier, and that's about it.
All right, John. Great race, coming home second tonight. We'll see you again next week, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you. Thanks.
Thomas Keene, you got a copy?
Yes, Rudy, I do, man.
Wow, you bring it home third tonight. I wanted to find out from you what happened to your car so early in the race. Was you involved in that wreck on the first lap?
We had a good starting position at fifth there, and I guess I told Jordan, sorry, I guess I ran into the back of him and come out of the turn one there, I guess in the first lap there, I spun him out. I didn't mean to, because I saw him brake, and then I braked, and then I guess he braked a little bit more after that, and I was like right on his bumper, so when he did it again, I actually hit him, and I actually hit him a little bit harder, and I spun him out. And I told him as soon as that happened, dude, I'm sorry, because, I usually feel bad if I spin someone out, and it was not easy, and I was like that all night. I actually got into with Justin Warner, that actually, me and him were racing to the S's, and I got Tom there in the bus stop. This car was a handful, though, after that turn one. The damage really didn't make it tight, so I really never did have a good feel in the car. But to bring it home third was great.
Well, you started fifth, come home third. That's something to be proud of here at Watkins Glen. And like you were saying, I know, I can respect you guys out there racing that car because it's such a handful. But to do the job that you guys did tonight, that was amazing. So congratulations on your third place, Thomas. Well deserved, because you really drove your heart out. And anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I just want to thank my good Lord, God, and Savior, Jesus Christ. I want to thank my dad. He's watching tonight. I want to thank my friend Dan, my friend Koalas, my friend Levi for watching. I want to thank everyone back at the shop at Checkers and Wreckers, Daniel Small, Calvin Troy, Michael Gonzalez, Charles Grant Jr., and everyone at all time. Let's see, Michael Leiby, Tony DeGennaro, and congrats to Travis Townsend, first and foremost, on his win, actually. And then I want to thank everyone that makes this 4-car go around. I want to thank my parents for supporting me and everything I do. I can't do without them. And yeah, I've come home third tonight. It was a hard fall, and I was sweating.
I'll bet you are, brother. I'll bet. So, all right. Well, thanks for talking with us, Thomas, and congrats. And tell your dad he ought to be proud of his son for running such a good race. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
10-4. We should have a good car tomorrow night. We always love Charlotte, especially in the truck. So we should come out with a good finish. And thanks to you guys for the broadcast.
10-4. Thank you. All right, Robert.
Well, Rudy,
go ahead.
Rudy, we've seen a good race tonight, and I had technical difficulties, so you're going to have to round it up for us, buddy.
10-4. We got it. Travis Townsend coming home with our winner tonight. John Batista close finish there in second place. What a fantastic battle we watched there at the end of this race. That was really awesome. Thomas Keene in third. Joe Roberts with a good finish. His strategy almost completely worked for him. Got him into the top 5, and maybe that's what he was actually rooting for. Jordan Davis Flint in 5th. Sean Medling in 6th. Nathan Sedlick 7th. Daniel Smallwood with a 8th place finish. Nick Hunt 9th. Scott Hunsinger top 10. Randall Drake in 11th. Joshua Witherspoon 12th. Evan Schroeder in 13th. Jeffrey Porter 14th. Stephen Pearson 15th. Mark Robertson 16th. Tom Serrato 17th. Justin Warner in 18th. Thomas Brandner 19th. Kevin Spalding picking up a lot of spots after that wreck. Up to 20th place. Calvin Troy 21st. Mike Vining 22nd. Galen Gidman 23rd. James Lehman 24th. Jeremy Bazemore 25th. Paul Crumry 26th. Zachary Miller 27th. And Tony DeGennaro rounding out the field in 28th position.
Rudy, I'll tell you what, it's been a good race. That's probably the best road racing race I've seen in a while. So, congratulations to everybody on the win, and I guess we'll see everybody tomorrow night as the IWCR trucks take to Charlotte.
Yeah, that I can't wait. Charlotte is one of my favorite tracks to broadcast. It's just amazing to watch. And, ooh. All right, folks. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night for the truck series here at IWCR. Thanks for watching tonight on MaxSpeedTV, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching again. Keep repeating myself. Till then, stay safe and have a good night, folks.